Welcome, dear explorers, to Knowledge Island. Today I will show you a surprising story about a drink that feels ordinary now, but long ago it could cause great fear and anger among rulers. Together we will check whether a simple cup of coffee could really lead to a very harsh punishment. Come and discover this unusual fact with me. At the Reef of Secrets I met the rhino and the macaw. The rhino said that old rulers must have banned coffee because after one sip, everyone would stay awake for 3 days and knock over market stalls with too much energy. The macaw said coffee was probably seen as such a gossipy drink that one cup could reveal the secrets of an entire city, so people feared it more than a storm. Their ideas made me smile, so I explained that the real problem was not a strange effect of the drink. Rulers and officials were worried about places where people met, talked, and influenced public life, so bans and very harsh punishments sometimes appeared. At the observation tower, I met the crab and the macaw. The crab said that, after looking at old merchant cups near the shore, he learned that coffee spread through cities by trade and quickly became a reason for long meetings, talks, and sharing news. The macaw added that when she heard stories about old coffeehouses, she understood that rulers did not fear the taste of coffee itself. They feared that people gathered at the same tables, talked about public matters, criticized decisions, and built powerful circles of conversation. I summed it up by saying that the history of coffee shows how a simple drink can become an important part of social life, and that is why it was sometimes opposed in the past. At the Shipwreck of Knowledge, I met the black panther and the turtle. I decided to test what they knew and asked them about the strange story of punishment for drinking coffee. The black panther answered that in the old Ottoman Empire, drinking coffee and the closing of coffeehouses were sometimes banned because rulers saw these places as dangerous for order. The turtle added that the story about the death penalty is often repeated today in a simplified way, but it is safer to talk about temporary bans and very harsh punishments meant to scare people away from meeting over coffee. I praised them for their strong knowledge because they clearly showed that this story is not only about a drink, but also about power-fearing discussion and the influence of community. Dear learners, today we found out that the history of coffee is much more interesting than a simple story about a morning drink. We learned that in the past, coffee and coffeehouses could worry rulers because they brought people together for conversation and the exchange of ideas. So bans and very harsh punishments sometimes appeared. Now you know that the popular claim about the death penalty should be treated carefully and checked in a wider historical context. See you in the next exciting discoveries on Knowledge Island.